Hello, I'm Matthew Malcolm with Pacific Nut Producer Magazine, reporting to you here today with John Field from the Walnut Bargaining Association. You know, the walnut price this year is less than ideal, and wanted to talk about where we stand as an industry and what we anticipate our prices to be in the future. You know, back in 2014, things were a lot brighter as far as prices were. We had record prices back then, and now we've lost a lot of that. So I wanted to see where we're at and what's the outlook for the future.
You asked the question on the prices that we had, those record prices in 2014, which was $1.85 a pound, and how that compares to where we are today, and are we ever going to get back to that $1.85? We're producing about 300,000 tons more this year than what we produced in 2014. Increased supply usually has to be moved either by increasing demand or decreasing the price. 2020, we've kind of been hit hard with a extraordinarily large crop. We've also been hit with the pandemic, and we still have the remnants of the tariffs that were put in place in 2018. So prices for 2020 will be much less, probably a third of what they were in 2014. I think it will take 3 to 5 years for the industry to get back into a more stable position. We will be producing about 800,000 tons of product. We will be marketing about 750 to 800,000 tons of product. So I do think that we will get back to where our marketing meets up with the demand. I do not believe we'll ever go back to those years, 2011 through 15. In those years, the prices averaged from about $1.45 to $1.85 back to the grower. Subsequently, lots of new acres were planted. We've increased our production. We are now producing over 300,000 tons more than what we produced during that time frame, all of which means we had to develop new markets. We're also facing world supply and world competition, which helps also to drive down prices. For the 2020 year, with average cost of production somewhere between $2,800 and $3,200 per acre, an average grower producing 4,000 pounds based on the cast estimates will be lucky to break even. I think this is a short term. I think that those people in the walnut business for the long term will see things start turning around in the next 3 to 5 years. I think during that time, our prices should average somewhere in that $1 to $1.25 range. But I don't think that they will, if they ever do get back up to the $1.60, $1.70 range, it's because we have an extraordinarily short supply. I do not see where the industry goes back to the alternate bearing status that some of you may recall from the 1990s. So I don't think we'll get alternate bearing. I do not think we'll have extremely short supply. I think we'll have a growth in the industry, and I think that ultimately the industry will stabilize in that $1 to $1.25 range for the growers.
Thank you, John. Good to know there is a positive outlook for the future of the California walnut industry. Read more about it in Pacific Nut Producer Magazine. I'm Matthew Malcolm, CaliforniaAgNet.com.